Your television is about to start watching you back. Right now, in research labs and factories across the world, something fundamental is shifting in how technology relates to us. Apple has re-entered active development on a full television with its branding, not another version of the Apple TV box, but an actual screen that will sit in your living room. According to Bloomberg analysts and supply chain sources, the project had been frozen inside the company for years, but has now received the green light at the top management level. The internal deadline sits at the end of 2025 for presenting a working prototype, even if only in a closed format for partners and investors. This television doesn't simply display content. The key feature is deep integration with artificial intelligence, not at the level of marketing claims, but as the foundation of the entire product concept. The device analyzes user behavior, habits, emotions, and reactions to what is happening on screen, then adapts the interface, image, and sound in real time. A former Apple engineer told journalists unofficially that the company views this TV as the next smart home hub where AI will act as the connecting link between iPhone, Vision Pro, HomePod, and the HomeKit ecosystem. Apple needs a new big product capable of becoming the next center of the ecosystem as smartphone market growth continues to slow. But there's another aspect that draws particular interest, one that no one has officially confirmed yet, but is increasingly discussed behind the scenes: a possible transparent screen. Insiders emphasize that Apple is closely studying existing developments from competitors, including transparent OLED panels from LG already used in commercial displays and concept TVs, as well as prototypes from Xiaomi and Samsung shown at CES and IFA. The partially transparent LG Signature OLED TV has become a kind of industry benchmark, proving that the technology has moved beyond science fiction. However, sources claim that Apple does not intend to simply copy competitors' approaches, but is working on its own interpretation of the idea where transparency will be dynamic rather than constant. The screen will be able to become fully opaque during content viewing and partially transparent in standby mode, turning into an interior element. According to supply chain analysts, the company is experimenting with a multi-layer display structure in which the level of transparency is controlled by software, while AI analyzes room lighting, viewer position, and even time of day. All of this fits into Apple's signature philosophy of making technology invisible, dissolved into the surrounding space. If the rumors are confirmed, Apple may, for the first time in many years, not simply update an existing category, but create an entirely new format of content consumption where the TV becomes not a screen, but an intelligent object within the home space. Meanwhile, Boston Dynamics has shown an updated Atlas robot, and for the first time announced that the machine is going into real production. Hyundai plans to produce up to 30,000 humanoids per year, starting in 2028. At first, the Atlas robot will be entrusted with simple and safe tasks such as part sorting and basic operations. By 2030, the robots are planned to be deployed for heavier and more repetitive work. The new Atlas has become noticeably more powerful with 56 degrees of freedom, rotating joints, and tactile sensors in its hands. The machine is capable of lifting up to 50 kilograms, operating at temperatures from -20 to +40 degrees Celsius. The robot is water-resistant, replaces its own batteries, and learns new tasks literally within one day. The brain of the robot is AI from Google DeepMind, while computation and software are provided by NVIDIA. Unlike older versions, Atlas no longer acts according to hard-coded scripts. It sees its surroundings, analyzes the situation, and independently chooses how to perform a task. This represents the first viable general-purpose humanoid for factories, not programmed for specific tasks, but adapting to situations as the robot perceives its environment and chooses actions. The shift from choreographed demonstrations to autonomous decision-making changes everything about how humanoid robots can be deployed. When a machine can learn a new task in 24 hours instead of requiring weeks of programming, the economics of automation transform completely. Factory floors won't need specialized robots for each function, but adaptable workers that can be reassigned as production needs change. This is AI making robotics truly practical at scale, with real-world deployments starting with part sorting and basic operations before evolving toward complex, repetitive work. But awareness isn't limited to living rooms and factory floors. Asus and XRE have created AR glasses for gamers that are positioned as a portable esports display. A virtual OLED screen appears in front of your eyes, perceived as a 171-inch display and operating at up to 240 Hz. This refresh rate is critical for shooters and esports where milliseconds determine victories. The resolution is full HD, and the field of view sits at about 57 to 59 degrees. This is not a VR headset, but true augmented reality glasses, where the image floats in front of you, either fixed in space or attached to your head. The package includes the ROG control dock through which the glasses connect to a PC, Xbox, smartphones, and Steam Deck. The system recognizes them as a regular monitor with no additional load on the gaming hardware. Release is expected closer to summer 2025, though the price has not yet been announced. These glasses represent devices becoming perception-enhanced interfaces rather than simple display upgrades, a format shift rather than an iteration. Razer has unveiled Project Ava, a desktop AI speaker with a live 3D avatar inside. This is not just a voice assistant, but a visual character that sits on your desk and literally looks at you. Inside the cylinder sits a small display with an avatar about 14 centimeters tall. The device has a camera, microphones, and eye tracking so the character sees the user and the screen, reacts to movement and facial expressions, and maintains eye contact. Ava can give tips in games, read guides, chat, and help with everyday tasks. At the moment, the AI is powered by Grok, but by release, Razer promises support for other neural networks. At launch, there will be 5 characters, including the signature Ava, the anime girl Kira, pro gamer Faker, and others. Sales will start in the second half of 2026, though the price has not yet been disclosed. The technology stops being an interface and becomes a participant, a character on your desk rather than just a speaker. Razer also announced over-ear headphones with built-in cameras and an AI assistant that effectively replace smart glasses. Project Moco features 2 wide-angle cameras, near-field and far-field microphones, and a Snapdragon processor. The headphones see everything around you. You can look at any object and ask ChatGPT, Gemini, or Grok what it is, how to use it, or what to cook with it. For example, you can point the cameras at a refrigerator and ask what dish can be made from what is inside. Some requests are processed locally, while more complex ones are handled by connecting the headphones to a phone or PC. For now, Project Moco is a concept and object recognition is still unstable, meaning the device cannot yet be purchased. The price is expected to be slightly higher than Razer's current top models, which cost around $400, and the release is planned for later this year 2025. When your headphones can see what you see, they become vision extensions rather than audio devices. The pattern emerging across these products reveals 5 fundamental shifts. First, AI isn't being added to products, but becoming the foundation of what these products are. From Apple's behavior analyzing TV to Atlas learning tasks in 24 hours, the product concept is impossible without the AI core. Second, devices are developing sensory stacks that perceive humans through eye tracking in Ava and Moco concepts, emotion analysis in the Apple TV, spatial understanding in Atlas and AR glasses, and contextual adaptation through dynamic transparency and gaming assistance. Your devices are developing a model of you. Third, each announcement represents format shifts rather than iterations. Apple isn't creating set-top box version 8, but an intelligent living room object. Boston Dynamics isn't building a better demo robot, but a factory workforce. Asus and Razer aren't making better monitors and headphones, but perception-enhanced interfaces. Fourth, every product wants to be an ecosystem hub. The Apple TV serves as home ecosystem hub connecting iPhone, Vision Pro, HomePod, and HomeKit. Atlas becomes the factory floor intelligence coordinator. AR glasses form the gaming environment center, while Ava acts as desktop workspace companion. This is the post-smartphone strategy of multiple contextual hubs. Fifth, hardware is gaining presence. Apple's transparent TV becomes part of the room rather than a screen on the wall. Ava exists as a character on the desk, not a speaker. Moco functions as vision extension, not an audio device. Your tech is starting to inhabit space the way another person would. When your TV analyzes your emotions and reactions, when your headphones see what you see, when your desktop assistant watches your face, a question emerges. Who owns the data from devices that perceive you? Products that adapt to you become harder to leave. Ecosystem lock-in happens through learned behavior models where your TV knows you and switching means starting over. This is stickiness through AI intimacy. The computing architecture is also transforming. Not everything happens in the cloud, as Moco's local processing demonstrates. Not everything happens on device, as Atlas's hybrid approach shows. Edge AI and cloud AI work together, turning your environment into a distributed intelligence network. And when Hyundai produces 30,000 Atlas robots per year by 2028, each learning tasks in one day, what happens to factory workforce development when robots adapt faster than humans can retrain? Three factors converged to make this moment possible. AI maturity reached a breakthrough in 2023 and 2024, where multimodal models can process vision, audio, and text simultaneously, while real-time inference became computationally feasible. DeepMind, NVIDIA, and ChatGPT, Gemini-level capabilities now serve as foundational rather than experimental technology. Hardware caught up as transparent, OLED proved viable through the LG benchmark, edge processors like Snapdragon handle local AI, sensor miniaturization enables eye tracking and tactile sensors, and battery and thermal management support always-on AI. Market pressure from smartphone growth plateau forces new categories as companies need the next ecosystem center, while consumer expectations reset where AI isn't novel anymore, but expected. Everyone is racing to define the aware device category first. In the short term through 2025 and 2026, AR glasses become legitimate monitor alternatives for specific use cases. Desktop AI companions launch as a productivity category. Apple reveals its prototype even if limited, and Atlas begins initial factory deployments. In the medium term from 2026 to 2028, the first intelligent TV category establishes itself. Humanoid robots populate thousands of factories. AI perception becomes standard in premium consumer tech, and cross-device awareness emerges where your TV knows what your headphones saw. In the long term, from 2028 to 2030, entire homes and workspaces function as unified AI environments. Devices share perception models of inhabitants. Technology presence becomes normalized. And the question shifts from does it have AI to how aware is it? We're building devices that perceive us so they can serve us better, but perception is a form of relationship. What does it mean when our tools watch us back? This technology is coming regardless because investment, competition, and capabilities align. The question isn't if devices become aware, but how we design that awareness, who controls the perception data, and what boundaries we establish. The age of dumb screens is ending. Which of these products interested you most, and which one concerns you? Subscribe to the KO Show channel so you don't miss the next episode exploring what kind of smart screens we want living in our homes.